Hi everyone, this is Pierrick from P2 Design. When animating in 3D, there's always this time where we struggle to find the next pose. How do we create in-betweens, breakdown, or how to push a pose? How do we get from this blocking stage to a more detailed animation like this one? Fortunately, Blender comes with a dedicated tool to simplify the process. Let's check it out. This magic tool is called the breakdowner. It allows you to create in-betweens, push the pose, relax it, or blend it with the next or previous pose. Note that it only works with armature animation. You will only be able to access it in pose mode. You can find it in the tool panel, but I advise you to learn the few shortcuts to access its different functions. You can find them in the pose menu under in-betweens. Let's see how to use them with this animation. The action is to create as many poses as possible during the blocking stage. Once my animation is detailed enough, I can switch to spline, also known as Bezier interpolation in Blender. Also, you may have noticed that I used more and more this stepped animation style that became very popular with the Spider-Verse movie, for example. And the breakdowner tool is super useful for this style of animation. But let's get back to the tutorial. When we switch our interpolation to Bezier, and we scrub through the timeline, Blender automatically interpolates the poses of our character between the keyframes. Let me get back to constant interpolation, and now when I press Shift-E, I trigger the breakdowner tool. Once activated, I just need to drag the mouse to create a new pose that will be an interpolation between the previous key and the next one. And I can see the level of interpolation I'm applying thanks to the slider that appears at the top of the 3D view. Currently, I've no keyframe between frame 1 and 12. Whenever the breakdowner is triggered, it creates it for me by interpolating between the two keys. You may think that I could directly switch to spline instead, but the cool thing is that I can use the breakdowner only on specific bones by selecting them. And on top of that, I can constrain the tool to follow specific transforms like location, rotation and scale, and specific axes using the usual shortcuts GRS, X, Y and Z. It also works for B-bone transforms with B and custom properties with C. As any transformation tool, we can use precision and incrementation by holding Shift or Control. You can find all the shortcuts in the footer whenever you trigger the tool. Let's create an in-between with the tool. The character is about to hit an anticipation pose where he's raising his front leg and put all his weight on the rear leg. The legs will be the last thing to leave the ground, so I can use the breakdowner tool on all the bones but the front leg. Then use it on the front foot and restrict it so that it slides to the ground a little bit. It gives me a good base I can refine by lowering the arms and hands a touch so that they drag. Let's now have a look at the next tool. Whenever we hit an extreme pose, it's always interesting to push it further to ease into an even more extreme pose. You can do this using the shortcut Ctrl-E. Blender then extrapolates the current pose based on the next pose. Here you can see that between the current pose and the next one, the character lowers his front foot and the arms. When I activate the push pose, it moves the controllers the opposite way. It creates a nice tension in this anticipation with a better feeling of the force that's gonna be released. We can push the pose even more, in this case the torso controller, by pressing Ctrl-E to activate the push pose and then E again to overshoot. It basically allows us to go beyond the boundaries of 0 to 100%. This way I could choose to push the center of gravity of my character slightly higher. Then, as before, I'm tweaking the pose a little bit. From there, I tested my animation. I decided to slightly offset the pose by 2 frames. And then, to make this easing even smoother, I added a breakdown by pressing Shift-E activating the classic breakdowner as we saw before. I will be perfectly honest with you, I've made some research about the Relax tool and I just don't understand what it does. It feels very similar to me as the classic breakdowner, but with a smaller range or increment. It might be useful to fine-tune a pose. Also, I noticed it has a slightly different behavior depending on the interpolation mode, but I can't say much, so I'll skip. If you can explain what it does exactly, I'd love to read your explanation in the comments below. And if you're enjoying the video so far, leave it a like and a nice comment as usual. All the functions or tools can use the Overshoot option by pressing E when the tool is activated as explained before. So I can use it to cheat. I can use the Relax tool between the first and second pose and go in the negative values. It creates a smaller anticipation of the next anticipation. And now I can say I used the Relax tool at least once. The last function is the blend to neighbor. Starting from frame 26, let's have a look at the current pose and compare it to the previous and next one. If I use the breakdowner on this pose, it will completely destroy it, because Blender creates a breakdown between the previous and next pose, regardless of the current pose. If I use Alt-Shift-E, it will blend to neighbor. The current pose is kept, and I can choose to blend toward the previous or the next one. So this tool is not here to create a new pose, but to fine-tweak an existing one, favoring the previous or next pose. And I believe that's everything you need to know about the breakdowner tool. So I won't lie to you, I use it all the time. But if you don't have key poses, a tool won't generate good breakdowns. So don't forget to practice your animation fundamentals first. You can find a ton of free content here on my YouTube channel, or if you want more in-depth content, you can check out my animation course Alive. Also, you can access all my rigs for free on p2designacademy.com, so you don't have any excuse not to practice animation and learn about the breakdowner tool. Just so you know, I spent exactly 14 minutes to finish the animation. And I just added one smear frame because you know I love them. And this will wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one.